May 1st, 2017. Lawmakers agree on $1 trillion government-wide funding bill. Congressional negotiators reach deal on government funding through September. Spending bill language amidst border wall funding and sanctuary cities crackdown. Trump abruptly ends CBS interview after wiretap question. Why did Trump win? New research by Democrats offers a worrisome answer. Philippines Duterte on Trump's White House invitation. I'm tied up. Run against Trump? Elizabeth Warren will certainly stand and fight. The moment Hillary Clinton was forced to give up her dream. May 2nd, 2017. Jimmy Kimmel's powerful, heartfelt Obamacare plea crystallizes the GOP's dilemma. Republican says Obamacare repeal will help people who have done things the right way. If you keep effing with Mr. Trump, we know where you live. Historians see a dark underside to Trump's Civil War riff. Making Afghanistan great again. U.S. issues travel alert for Europe, citing threat of terrorist attacks. Police chief reveals new details about officer who fatally shot Texas teen. Orioles' Adam Jones berated by racist taunts at Fenway Park. California may place third gender option on state documents. May 3rd, 2017. Hillary Clinton just delivered a stunning indictment of the 2016 election and Donald Trump. Axelrod on Clinton. It takes a lot of work to lose to Donald Trump. James Comey says he's mildly nauseous at suggestions he swayed election. Russian election hacking wildly successful in creating discord, says a former U.S. lawmaker. Email says Trump directly involved in post-inauguration hunt for rogue tweeter. Pelosi says Democratic candidates should be forced to toe party line on abortion. GOP's health bill woes show new power of party's centrist wing. Paris migrants blame Europe for the migrant crisis. May 4th, 2017. Congress is voting Thursday on a bill to replace Obamacare. The CBO still hasn't scored it. Congressional exemption from GOP healthcare plan to be addressed separately. Trump has a dangerous disability. Macron's deplorables moment. Establishment candidate brands 8 million Le Pen voters hateful cowards. Trump to visit the Vatican on first foreign trip as president. Obama's $400,000 speech could prompt Congress to go after his pension. Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski are engaged. Queen calls her entire household to highly unusual emergency meeting at Buckingham Palace today, but aides say there is no cause for concern. Prince Philip to step down from carrying out royal engagements. May 5th, 2017. U.S. job growth rebounds sharply. Unemployment rate hits 4.4%. Senate moves Obamacare repeal to slow lane after House Speaker. GOP cheers a big victory, but has it stirred a hornet's nest? Affordable Health Care Act is a betrayal of all the GOP's promises on health care. About that Rose Garden health care photo with all the white guys. State Department promotes Ivanka Trump's book in another ethics blunder. Rape charges to be dropped against immigrant teens in Maryland case. Another hate crime hoax. Church organist admits he vandalized his own church with Trump and Nazi slogans. There are diseases hidden in ice, and they are waking up. May 6th, 2017. France's Macron campaign emails appear to be leaked online. U.S. far-right activists promote hacking attack against Macron. GOP rep says nobody dies because they don't have access to health care. Republicans defend having no women in health care group. Trump suggests financing for historically black colleges may be unconstitutional. This teen's dad told her she was dead to him for going to prom with a black friend. Emory University to pay for 100% of undocumented students' financial aid. In a Beijing ballroom, Kushner family pushes $500,000 investor visa to wealthy Chinese. May 7th, 2017. Trump's triumph. Obamacare repealed by the House. House Republicans go off the cliff. Despite critics' claims, the GOP health bill doesn't classify rape, sexual assault as a pre-existing condition. House Republicans face voters in home districts angry over health care bill. Real-time host Bill Maher is accused of crossing the line with tasteless incest joke about Ivanka Trump. France fights to keep Macron email hack from distorting election. Hillary's election loss excuse means one thing: she's running in 2020. There's something about Mitch. May 8th, 2017. Obama warned Trump against hiring Mike Flynn, say officials. In an angry letter, Page discloses brief interactions with Russian official. Group sues for Sally Yates' Justice Department emails. Democratic lawmakers such as Amy Klobuchar start making 2020 moves, and the base starts making demands. The Trump administration is making Obamacare more expensive. EPA dismisses members of major scientific review board. Netanyahu attacks U.S. media as fake news. Congressional expert says North Korea prepping EMP catastrophe aimed at U.S. homefront. Port Authority says nearby construction caused Oculus leak. May 9th, 2017. It was cultural anxiety that drove white working-class voters to Trump. Obama starts defining his new role in the age of Trump. Trump administration cites segregation-era ruling to defend its travel ban. Comey misstated key Clinton email evidence at hearing, say people close to investigation. Donald Trump is turning liberals into conspiracy theorists. Left adopts shock tactics in Obamacare repeal fight. Jakarta's Christian governor jailed for blasphemy against Islam. Moon Jae-in poised to win South Korean presidency, exit polls show. Anonymous warns world to prepare for World War III. May 10th, 2017. Days before he was fired, Comey asked for money for Russia investigation. Behind Comey's firing, an enraged Trump fuming about Russia. Sessions was told to find reasons to fire Comey. Trump's credibility on the line with Comey's ouster. A former top official cited in the DOJ's Comey memo calls firing a sham. Stephen Colbert corrects audience for cheering news of Comey firing. Grand jury subpoenas issued in FBI's Russia investigation. Key to keeping Trump-Russia inquiry alive, 3 Republicans. May 11th, 2017. Trump angry Comey would not back wiretap claims about Obama. How Trump's anger and impatience prompted him to fire the FBI director. Source close to Comey says there were 2 reasons the FBI director was fired. Deputy AG Rosenstein was on the verge of resigning, upset over White House pinning Comey firing on him. Experts on authoritarianism are absolutely terrified by the Comey firing. America isn't having a constitutional crisis. As the FBI reels, candidates emerge to run agency. Senator Mike Lee tweets Trump, nominate Merrick Garland to replace Comey. May 12, 2017. In a private dinner, Trump demanded loyalty, Comey demurred. Comey was taken aback by Trump request for loyalty pledge. My dinner with Comey. Current and former FBI officials dispute Trump account of meeting with FBI director. Trump to Comey. Better hope there are no tapes of talks. Donald Trump has compromised every major investigation into alleged Russian interference. Sessions' office releases memo to all 94 U.S. attorneys calling for reversal of Holder-era policy. Republicans misstate again and again on TV and at town halls what's in their health care bill. Aetna CEO in private meeting says, single payer, I think we should have that debate. May 13th, 2017. President Trump craves loyalty but offers none. Former Trump advisor Paul Manafort's bank records sought in probe. Gingrich urges Trump, close down the press room. Donald Trump backslides on campaign promise to curb legal immigration. Trump meltdown sets off GOP alarms over 2018 midterms. This is not a crisis, Republicans say, as a large spider slowly devours them. May 14th, 2017. Trump denies he asked Comey for loyalty, threatens to cancel press briefings. Former employees of Donald Trump say they saw him tape conversations. Trump must be impeached. Here's why. A special prosecutor is not the answer. Comey's firing is a gift to the FBI. Appeal in Boy's burp arrest case relies on Gorsuch dissent. North Korea fires missiles days after new South Korea leader pledges dialogue. Republicans plan massive cuts to programs for the poor. For liberals, is it time to move to Norway? May 15th, 2017. Strict North Carolina voter ID law thwarted after Supreme Court rejects case. How Trump gets his fake news. Morning Joe hosts say Conway secretly hates Trump. Barron Trump to attend private St. Andrew's Episcopal School in Maryland this fall. North Korea says missile could carry large nuclear warhead. France's Macron picks PM from the right, blowing apart old boundaries. Meet the American women who are flocking to join ISIS. Chelsea Manning to remain on active duty and receive health care after prison release. Motivated ignorance is ruining our political discourse. May 16th, 2017. Trump revealed highly classified information to Russian foreign minister and ambassador. Behind the scenes as another crisis hits the Trump White House. The terrible cost of Trump's disclosures. Trump's best defense on Russia is incompetence. When the world is led by a child. Trump's trampling of political norms spur strongman comparisons. Russia's response to Trump leak reports, don't read U.S. newspapers. Deep state leaks highly classified info to Washington Post to smear President Trump. Seth Rich, slain DNC staffer, had contact with WikiLeaks, say multiple sources. May 17th, 2017. Comey documented Trump request to drop Flynn investigation and memo. Comey and the art of the well-timed leak. First Republican raises impeachment for Trump. The 25th Amendment solution for removing Trump. Pretend Clinton did what Trump has done. Embroiled in controversies, Trump seeks boost on foreign trip. Russian state-run bank finance deal involving Trump hotel partner. Family of slain Seth Rich says reports that he fed DNC info to WikiLeaks are untrue. Erdogan's bodyguards in violent clash with protesters in Washington, D.C. May 18th, 2017. House Majority Leader to colleagues in 2016. I think Putin pays Trump. Trump team knew Flynn was under investigation before he came to White House. Trump campaign had at least 18 undisclosed contacts with Russians. The special counsel who just might save Trump's presidency. Trump's worst nightmare comes true. Kellyanne Conway cancels Fox appearance after special prosecutor announcement. Trump isn't a toddler. He's a product of America's culture of impunity for the rich. Roger Ailes, founder of Fox News, dead at 77. Israeli source seen as key to countering Islamic State threat. May 19th, 2017. Yes, GOP leaders were making a joke about Putin and Trump, but then it sunk in. Comey was disgusted by hug with Trump. Why the special counsel should make Trump's aides very nervous. Dershowitz questions purpose of special counsel. What is the crime? The left's ridiculous double standard on spilling secrets. Julian Assange rape investigation is dropped in Sweden. Former Congressman Anthony Weiner pleads guilty to sexting with minor. Ivanka and Jared get a rabbinical pass to fly Air Force One. Chinese fighter flies inverted over U.S. Air Force jet. May 20th, 2017. Trump on tour. Donald and Melania, plus Ivanka, are greeted by the Saudi king as they land in Riyadh for his first crucial test abroad. Melania Trump foregoes wearing headscarf in Saudi Arabia trip. Melania scours media to protect Trump. Trump told Russians that firing nutjob Comey eased pressure from investigation. Comey now believes Trump was trying to influence him, sources say. Russia probe reaches current White House official, people familiar with the case say. Fired FBI Director James Comey to testify in public. Notre Dame students plan walkout during Pence speech. Court strikes down rule forcing toy drone users to register with government. May 21st, 2017. Saudis give Trump a reception fit for a king. Trump mocked Obama for bowing to a Saudi king, and then Trump to call for stamping out extremism in speech to Muslim leaders. Will the presidency survive this president? Comey's father rips Trump. He's nuts. Sheriff David Clark plagiarized portions of his master's thesis on Homeland Security. Clockboy discrimination lawsuit dismissed by federal judge. North Korea's Unit 180, the cyber warfare cell that worries the West. Penises cause climate change. Progressives fooled by peer-reviewed hoax study. May 22nd, 2017. Trump's bizarre and un-American visit to Saudi Arabia. Reince Priebus returning to Washington after Saudi visit. AP source says Flynn will invoke Fifth Amendment. White House moves to block ethics inquiry into ex-lobbyists on payroll. White House to seek 90-day delay in Obamacare subsidy suit. Supreme Court strikes down North Carolina maps for Congress. Girl in Weiner sexting case lied to damage Clinton. Dirty Harry could not be produced today thanks to political correctness, says its star Clint Eastwood as he claims we've lost our sense of humor. May 23rd, 2017. Ariana Grande Manchester concert ends in explosion, panic, and death. Manchester Arena attack. ISIS claims blast that killed 22 at Ariana Grande concert. U.S. intelligence chief says no confirmation ISIS responsible for Manchester attack. ISIS supporters celebrate terror attack on social media as Twitter confirms tweet predicting Manchester attack was posted after the bombing. Here is all the fake news about the Manchester terror attack. Trump asked intelligence chiefs to push back against FBI collusion probe after Comey revealed its existence. Brannon says Russia may have successfully recruited Trump campaign aides. Trump's $3.6 trillion budget cuts hit his own supporters hard. AP hires leftist activist as freelancer to sneak into closed press event. May 24th, 2017. Manchester bomb suspect said to have had ties to Al-Qaeda and terrorism training abroad. Manchester bomber's father says son made regular visits to Libya. U.S. leak of Manchester attacker's name strikes new blow to intelligence sharing. Katy Perry on Manchester bombing. No barriers, no borders, we all just need to coexist. Donald Trump 2018 budget could turn off his voters and sink his approval rating. Mulvaney defends plan to cut social programs. The life and death of the Seth Rich conspiracy theory. Liberal groups target Hannity advertisers over conspiracy theory. Moody's cuts its China rating for the first time since 1989. May 25th, 2017. Greg Gianforte, Fox News team witnesses GOP House candidate body slam reporter. GOP candidate's attack on reporter shows peril of asking questions in Trump's America. Sean Hannity's Seth Rich obsession just cost him 2 advertisers. UK police stopped passing Manchester bombing information to US over leaks. Anyone with a pulse. How a Russia-friendly advisor found his way into the Trump campaign. AG Sessions did not disclose meetings with Russian official, DOJ says. Melania Trump reveals she is Catholic. The First Lady shares her faith with the world after meeting the Pope as the first Catholic to live in White House since JFK. Obama feted in Berlin as he praises Merkel before Trump summits. Obama in Berlin. We can't hide behind a wall. May 26, 2017. Montana TV station won't air recording of GOP candidate's attack on journalist. A journalist was body slammed, but some conservatives want the news media to apologize. Greg Gianforte wins Montana special election a day after being charged with assault. The conservative mind has become diseased. Jared Kushner now under FBI scrutiny in Russia probe, says officials. Trump talks tough to NATO, but bows hypocritically to Saudi Arabia. Trump's allies convicted of high crimes without a trial. Trump says I'll put a stop to Germany selling cars in the U.S. DHS chief says if you knew what I knew about terror, you'd never leave the house. Gunman killed 26 in attack on Christians in Egypt. May 27th, 2017. Russian ambassador told Moscow that Kushner wanted secret communications channel with Kremlin. Ex-CIA director says CIA would consider Kushner actions espionage. Trump complained to Belgian PM of difficulty setting up golf resorts in EU. Suddenly, there's another littoral ship in Trump's budget plans. Leaders issue G7 declaration with U.S. a holdout on climate change. 2 killed in Portland after trying to stop anti-Muslim rant, police say. Carter advisor Zbigniew Brzezinski dies at 89. How Team Obama tried to hack the election. 7 virtue-signaling celebrities silent on massacre of Coptic Christians. May 28, 2017. Trumping Your Life. How to be a better, stronger person by being more like the president. Trump family members met with GOP leaders to discuss strategy. Kelly says any channel of communication with a country like Russia a good thing. General McMaster stepped down and let Trump be Trump. Emmanuel Macron says my handshake with Trump was a moment of truth. FBI warned MI5 in January that the Manchester bomber was planning an attack on Britain. These are the victims of the Portland train stabbing attack. May 29, 2017. President Trump passes his first test on the world stage. Following Trump's trip, Merkel says Europe can't rely on others. She means the U.S. Vladimir Putin a bigger threat than Islamic State, John McCain says. Manchester attacks. MI5 probes bomber warnings. Kushner asked to lay low after Russia-related reports, source says. Trump's obsession over Russia probe deepens. How Trump is torturing Capitol Hill. Maxine Waters says American public getting weary that Trump not impeached yet. Donald Trump, the gateway degenerate. May 30th, 2017. How President Trump consumes or does not consume top-secret intelligence. Sources say Russians discuss potentially derogatory information about Trump and associates during campaign. Jared Kushner didn't suggest Russian communications channel in meeting, source says. As Trump grapples with crisis, communications aide steps down. Trump tweets reports based on anonymous source after blasting anonymous sources. The Fourth Circuit joins the resistance. Rich people don't want Ivanka Trump's fashion. Police in Germany foil asylum seeker suicide attack. Pissed off artist adds statue of urinating dog next to fearless girl. May 31st, 2017. No one wants the big White House job that just opened up. Trump's aides are starting to rival their boss when it comes to praising him. Franken says everything points to collusion between Trump and Russia. Donald Trump's business ties explain a lot of his dictator worship. Trump expected to pull U.S. from Paris Climate Accord. Leaked regulation. Trump plans to roll back Obamacare birth control mandate. What was your reaction when your father was seeing Monica Lewinsky? Philippines President Duterte hits back at Chelsea Clinton after she criticized his joke about troops assaulting women. The New York Times is eliminating the public editor role. The campus mob came for me, and your professor could be next.